all he's done in these movies so far is fuck women,
Fucked women. He's
drink
partied.
martinis.
Yes, he's not done shit. I don't think James Bond has ever been to a goddamn grocery store. It's not
Very easily distracted drunk pussy hound.
Sean Connery has been drinking and smoking and partying for so fucking long. James Bond is not a good man.
Yep, we're on. So, Holly,
Yes, sir.
what'd you
Yes,
think
sir.
about the movie,
The
From
movie?
Russia with Love?
From Russia with Love. I thought... Oh, man.
It's a bit lengthy.
Um...
Was my impression of it.
It was a good movie. I mean,
Was it now?
I like Dr. No More.
Sure. I'm okay with that one. Yeah.
I like Dr. No More. I feel like in Dr. No, they didn't really know what the fuck they were doing yet, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of. So like it felt more like more of like a spy movie. This felt like more of like a softcore porno with James Bond as the main protagonist.
Interesting.
So,
Very soft core, because...
I mean, you know, okay, listen, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was all porno.
Right.
You know, but, it was good, man. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Like, it's so fresh. It is so
Right.
fresh. The positives, it was cheesy.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, it was real cheesy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
From the get-go, I mean, all of his one-liners. I mean, how many fucking one-liners?
Well, yeah, that's the Bond thing. I was thinking about it when we watched this one. I'll start writing them down. Like when I watch every one of them. And is my pen on the table?
Yeah.
Alright. Gotta start writing down.
Yeah, we gotta start
it's like a, because I was telling you about like movie rules that we were doing on here.
Yeah.
So like, we gotta start doing Bond movie rules.
Yeah.
Right. So like, you know, there's got to be some ironic one-liner.
Yeah, like
Bond the what do you call that? Mandatory
mandatory.
Bond cheesy line.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, shaken not stirred.
Shaken not stirred,
yeah, I
right?
mean,
that one's more
that's-
just his catchphrase,
I mean,
more than
yeah,
anything.
sure.
Bond, James Bond, Martini, shaken not stirred.
Yeah, that is his catch line.
And then
But when the chick was kicking at him with the poison foot, and what did he say? He said,
she's had her kicks.
yeah.
She said she's a terrible woman. She's had her kicks.
she's had her kicks.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
That was cheesy. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That,
when did this
like-
one come out? 1961.
Oh yes. Here, let's pull that up here real quick.
Yeah, I mean the positives
shit.
were like it's a fucking entertaining movie. You know what I mean? Like beautiful women, fun scenes to watch, fun fight scenes.
63.
63. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty cheesy. I was a pro. You know what I mean? And it's an old movie, of course. I mean, it's the same fucking thing as Dr. No. You know what I mean? It's an old movie,
Right.
but
Very lengthy.
very fucking lengthy, man. And the
Yeah.
story.
And here's the thing, though. It wasn't even that long. This is running time 115 minutes. So not even full 2 hours, but that felt like a full 3 hours.
I felt like a fucking dude. It felt like a fucking minute.
It was the train thing, and then I feel like they just took you so many different ways.
Yeah.
And there's not like great action
Right.
like there is now, like where like every action scene's like, oh shit, that was, and you just kind of like get excited. Whereas these old action sequences,
Yeah, the action didn't do anything for the actual like plot. It was just like
well, it wasn't good either.
right.
It's 1963
It's
action.
like okay, now we have a Russian. Here's an attack from the Russians at this gypsy camp,
Right.
and no more than like 5 minutes later, it's like getting revenge on this guy who I know nothing about. So it's all just it was a little confusing. We had to pause at one point during it, and I had to actually, kind of like reset and ask what the fuck was going on.
Right.
So, but once you explained it, it made sense. Like, I guess I was following. I was following.
You did follow it. It's just, you were just like, do I have this right? And I was like, yeah, that's right. And you're like, okay, cool.
But, so how do you want to format this, man? You want to go on like a deep dive type of thing, or?
Yeah, real quick here, I will read the...
Let me read the plot.
Before I do read the plot, though, like I said, running time 1:15, 1963, October 10th, 1963 it came out. Budget $2 million. Guess what it made in the box? You saw it already.
I already saw it. Damn, I should have done the guess. My fault. $79 million.
Yeah, so $79 million in the box office, which means they had a fucking $77 million profit. And in 1963, that's so much money.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money. Yeah. Type that in. What's the I know it really doesn't matter, but what's the conversion rate there?
77 million
in 1963.
In 1963.
I should just tell you.
$100 in 1963 is worth $911 today.
Oh God! All right.
So what? So that's 800 times. No, 8 times. Roughly 8 times.
Here, scroll down a little bit.
How much was $1 million worth in 63? About $9 million today.
So 9 times 79.
Right? Or is it? Yeah. 9 times
That'd be like
79 million. It's an insane amount of money, is what it is.
Dude,
there we go. 9 times.
There's no way, dude.
How many zeros would that be? Well, okay, hold on. Sorry. So, it didn't get my. There we go. 7 million times 9.
No, 79 million times 9.
It'd be 60. Or shit.
Yeah, 79 million.
79 million.
That's gonna be like 63
times. Or wait, hold on. If a billion is 9 million, then is that? No, okay, you're right. Times 9. 711 million.
Dude, there's no way. Are you serious? Because that's saying pretty much they spent 200 million. That's.
Yeah, that they would have spent. Well, 2 million. That would mean they would have spent 18 million on the movie.
Right.
And made
$700 fucking million. What?
Yeah.
Either way, dude. That
which almost makes sense, right?
How much did Endgame make?
Great question.
I guess this will give it a gauge. I want to know how popular this movie was.
Endgame box office numbers. 2.503 billion.
Okay.
Sure, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, okay.
That worked.
All right, this is making more sense. Okay, so yeah, fucking this movie killed.
This movie would have. It did kill, and it would still kill, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why. You know what I mean?
I see it. I see it right now.
I definitely see it. That's a lot of money to make, man. Holy guacamole.
Yeah, it's a lot.
$2.5 billion in the box office?
That's worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. What do you think? What did you think of the movie? Because I covered my pros. I don't really want to get
like I said, lengthy.
I'd rather talk about the pros until cons come up.
Lengthy, but a more. This is like you said, it's the second edition, right? So they're kind of learning who Bond is, right? On screen, anyhow. They know who Bond is
in literature.
In literature. Fictional literature, anyway. Literature makes it sound
fictional.
Like fictional literature. Yeah,
fictional literature.
Literature makes it seem like official. Like remember that one time when James Bond
was that the Russian consulate?
Remember that time when I fucked that girl on a train?
Yeah, James Bond. He's just as creepy as before.
Still very creepy. Yeah,
I think he's almost creepier. Like he didn't really talk about how hungry he was in this one.
No, I never. It didn't come up.
His insatiable thirst.
It didn't come up.
But he did eat a lot, which is funny. It's like I'd like to think that's kind of Sean Connery shining through when he's acting like a prick.
Yeah.
When he's telling her to wake up.
Wake up! I'll leave you here.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for. I'll leave you here, whore. Like I'm waiting for that. He never says it.
Well, yeah, it's like he's ready to pop a whore in there or call her a bitch, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
like, it's like, come on, man, like you are being so disrespectful.
Historically, looking at it, like we said, we saw some things in the
Some
first
things
one.
you say.
So you remember? Well, I think it was only once, right, that we saw the boobs very briefly,
It was a brief
like a
boob,
snap,
very brief boob.
and they're very careful about that. No close calls even
What do you mean?
in
What
this
are you
movie.
talking about?
No
There was
close calls of seeing
totally,
boobs.
totally. What are you talking about?
What was the close
first
call?
initial scene with Tanya? He looks through the window and you can see.
Oh, you see her butt, yeah.
bro. We're talking seconds here. Not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
a full maybe second. And I might have to go back and watch. But I'm almost convinced I saw maybe a boob, if
Okay.
not a silhouette of a boob,
Okay.
which is more than.
Well, they're getting more careful.
Sure.
This was not lit. It was very dark,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you see her, and then
I will say that this was a much darker film. The first one was like James Bond wins.
yeah.
No
yeah.
shit. This one he kind of gets beat up a little bit. And
It's beat up.
he's got some actual problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's limited by what he can like have in his arsenal. Because in the first movie, he was like ready to take on a tank.
Yeah.
But in this one, he's got a briefcase full of like bullshit. He's got what, $50 and a knife? That's not a very spy machine for even
No, it's-
1960s standards.
Well, and he does have an exploding briefcase.
so do the
so there was
terrorists. So do the terrorists.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
do
you
the
know what I mean? Like
terrorists,
it's not very spy equipment like. But
That's
I got,
fair.
you know, it's cool. It worked into the plot. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
complaining about it. It's just, it's funny the 1960s standards. What a spy is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's still using pretty much like a one-way transmitter radio in his car. He's like, "This is Bond. Over."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what's cool too is like, or what? No, it's cool. What's kind of funny is it's like the gadgets that he's given are always the exact thing he needs. Like that's what's funny. It's like this briefcase explodes. You do this, and then you open it, and it blows up in the guy's face.
Yeah,
So
but
if you
like-
need that,
I like that how the
And
plot.
the knife
like,
pops out, and then you can just stab him, and he's like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got the knife."
Yeah.
Like it's just it's funny how convenient how it always works out just right. That he's got just the right gadgets for
well,
just
of
the right
course, I mean,
job.
it's
And,
James Bond, but like,
right.
it would be different if like he showed him this briefcase that kind of like didn't have any use. It was like, you know, maybe not like a.
And here's your briefcase.
Right, like he's explaining all these things in this briefcase that never get shown. I think I'd be more annoyed.
No, I know. It's just funny that like
Right,
it's exactly the thing
right.
he needs every time.
Yeah, he's like even the fucking coins. He's like, oh, it's 50 pence or whatever the fuck it was, British
Yeah.
currency. Which is that like a lot of money? Because the guy was like, ooh, like
Yeah,
the
I mean-
spy was like, ooh, $50.
yeah.
Like I guess
It must have been because he was
I mean,
excited
maybe like
about it.
wait, how much can 50 coins in 1963 be?
Yeah, and he called him
$1,000.
He called him something too. I wonder if it's here in the plot. God, this plot. Oh man,
Is it
it's
thick?
long.
Let me
1,
see.
2, 3, 4,
Or can you
5 paragraphs.
Oh yeah, wow.
It's a 5 paragrapher.
So let me see here. Let me see. All right. So arrives in Belgrade, passed the news of Kareem's death to one of the sons. I probably wouldn't tell us.
No, it just says he tricked Grant into
Yeah.
setting off a booby trap. Yeah.
Which is cool. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, dude. There's no way a coin is worth more than $100 in 1963. Unless, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm ignorant to the fact. Maybe these British coins are worth millions. But
Bitcoin. Oh,
Hey,
no,
yeah,
too early. Too early.
yeah, James Bond was trying to give him bitcoins. He's like, dude, I got some sweet NFTs in my. I got some NFTs in my briefcase if you want one.
Got 100 Bitcoin.
He's like-
what
he's
is
like-
what is Bitcoin? What is
Bitcoin?
this? What is this Bitcoin?
It's like a Bitcoin bro, really. He's like, well, bro, trust me. This thing's gonna be worth like either like $100 or $2 million here in like a week. Okay, so
If you get hungry,
if you're getting hungry, look
you
at my
take these-
Bitcoin collection.
take these Bitcoins. somewhere. Take these Bitcoin to the finest establishment you
Yeah.
can find.
I like how he just ditches his girl from the first movie, and it's not even like
Oh, that's the Bond model.
that's part of the Bond.
It's never consistent girl, except the Daniel Craig shit. The Daniel Craig ones broke the rule.
Well, I think like after watching these first two Bond movies, Daniel Craig's James Bond is a lot darker.
It's darker.
Or at least all I've seen is Casino Royale. So like,
What's funny is the parallel, and I think I mentioned this in the last one, the parallels between the two Bonds.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, but the Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, they go in actual sequential order. Now, I haven't watched Goldfinger in a very long time, so I don't know if Goldfinger continues. Because in most Bond movies, it's like, you drop you here, Bond's doing this. What happened last time? Who cares? It's Bond.
Yeah,
and so it's not necessarily in order.
Yeah.
So there's like only a couple movies that really do that. Nope. Never mind. It's just Daniel Craig.
Okay.
It's just the Daniel Craig series.
Okay.
Because in the one he gets married,
James Bond gets married?
and then
Which one?
And then
Connery
she-
one or
it's when George Lazenby does it.
which
And
one?
George
one?
Lazenby only did one.
He's the
It's called on
Nightfire or whatever.
It's called On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, who was the one who was in Nightfire?
Now I don't think Nightfire was an actual movie.
Oh, that was a game.
It was a game,
So okay, but who was?
and that was Pierce Brosnan.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I played the shit out of Nightfire,
Yeah, I had everything.
and I did play the From Russia with Love video game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a video game too.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I had from Everything or Nothing, and Everything or Nothing was sweet.
Oh yeah.
I think I bought it. I'll have to show it to you
Yeah.
some other time. But
Like I
yeah,
never played I never had an N64, so I never played GoldenEye. So, and that's one like I know it's like it's everyone's favorite Bond game.
see, I never played GoldenEye.
I never played.
I didn't play GoldenEye or Nightfire or the only Bond game I ever played. I saw someone play Nightfire once,
Yeah.
but I
That one was a
only
lot of
ever
fun because you
played
could,
Everything
like,
or Nothing.
It was like Call of Duty, but like for
And see, that's
for
what
us,
drew me
more-
away from it.
It was more kind of like a Halo vibe, honestly, because you walk around the map and pick up items, and then like it was you fight each other and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, and split screen with your buddies
I think,
on the old PS2.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I think what I had was I experienced first couple video games I experienced Terminator: Dawn of Fate, some Spider-Man game, and then Everything or Nothing, and everything was third person. Right, so then the first person thing threw me off, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
And so then I saw Nightfire was first person. I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah. I would always pick Oddjob, and his thing was he had a hat, so he threw his razor hat, but he only got one shot.
He'll be in Goldfinger.
Okay. All right,
That's
cool.
the next movie. Yeah.
I'm excited for Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've already talked about the Austin Power thing. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean? And, like,
Dude, okay, so the end of this movie, when they're there and the girl comes in, and like, remember the end of the first Austin Powers? They're they think they're done. They're in, they're in their little getaway at the end of the movie, and all of a sudden, somebody comes in, tries to kill him. It's the old lady.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I
So
remember now.
it's very funny. Like most of the Austin Powers stuff is pulled from the old Bond stuff.
I get it now. Like, I talked about this last time, but I totally get it now.
Yeah.
It's the most ridiculous shit
It's
to even imagine. Like, James Bond is the most cheesy fucking spy. He's not a spy. He's just some horny guy that, like, walks around the world and,
Yeah.
like, honestly, he's lucky that AIDS wasn't a thing. Because
Yeah.
he'd be fucking, I need a blanket.
All right, so there's 5 fucking paragraphs of this. I'm not gonna read it. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to read it, just go to the Wikipedia page. There's a plot. I don't want to bore the shit out of you reading 5 paragraphs. I said I could timestamp it, but like, I don't want to do that to you guys.
Yeah, it's boring. Here, I can make it exciting.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
All 5 paragraphs?
Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking fluff it up.
All right,
All
fluff it
right.
up.
So, From Russia with Love. All right, so
Love
seeking revenge against MI6 agent James Bond for the death of their agent Dr. No in Jamaica. All right, yeah, I'm not doing that. This is long, man.
That's what I was saying. Like, why don't we just?
All right, like if you want like my fucking two sentence review, or not 2 sentence review,
Plot.
2 sentence
Summary.
plot. James Bond travels to Istanbul to intercept a Russian decryptor. A Russian agent named Romanov, who goes by Tanya,
Who thinks she's working for Russia?
thinks she's working for Russia, but is secretly working for the whatever secret base
Spectre.
They're working for Spectre.
The reason she thinks she's working for Russia is because there's someone within Spectre that formerly worked
Colonel
for
Krebs.
Russia, Colonel
Yeah.
Krebs, who formerly worked for Russia, Romanova, there we go. Romanova does not know that Krebs does not work for
That was
Russia
the first
anymore.
paragraph, Tyler. I was trying to give it 2 sentences.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard, man, because like
Well, that's the most important, confusing part of it.
Yeah,
And then after
that's
that,
the part
basically,
confused the shit out of me.
they want to get the Lecter. They want Bond to get the Lecter for them,
Yeah,
so that they can then sell it back to Russia.
it's like
For a
it's kind of
price.
like Carmen San Diego, but in Turkey.
Because if you remember, Spectre stands for. Oh, they don't have it in this summary. Fuck. Let me get back to that
You're
real
like,
quick.
remember it stands for, and then you don't fucking.
Oh wait, I
remember.
think I got it written down over here.
But yeah, so it's like Carmen San Diego in Istanbul, where he's just trying to get this Russian decoder and bring it back to London with the help of this spy / not spy who really is just around to shag.
To shag, as
Yeah.
Austin Powers would put it.
Right.
It's in the Doctor No summary. I just know that, so I'm going there.
Okay.
I just know that.
Spectre.
No, it's in the plot. It's in the plot.
Here we go.
Here we go. Spectre, if you remember, stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. So they were extorting Russia
Right.
to get their Lecter back.
Right.
Spectre Lecter.
Which is, again, confusing.
Which, again, is there such thing
As
as
a Lecter?
a Lecter?
I don't think that matters.
It's not blue in here. I think Lecter is just like what? Lecter Bond. That's the
click on it.
suggested
Click on
thing. What is a Lecter, James Bond? Was a fictional cipher machine developed and used by Soviet intelligence to protect commercial, diplomatic, and military
And look at that.
communication.
It's called a fucking Spectre in the books.
Name Spectre.
That is
no.
fucking confusing.
That is interesting.
That is very confusing.
Welcome to the world of Bond.
Yeah, welcome to the world of Bond. But anyway, so yeah, they're trying to get this Lecter machine, and I think a James Bond rule should be like his love interest needs to be beyond useless, and just
Love interest
there's
beyond useless.
she can't have.
She
So
can't
far,
do anything. She got one purpose, and that's it.
That's it. That is to make James Bond insatiably happy.
One purpose. Well, one purpose aside from fucking James Bond's brains
Right.
out. Yeah. From fucking Bond. There
Sure,
we go.
Fucking Bond, yeah. Because that's just, it's... She's so useless, man. And, dude, she got trusted with this... She's a colonel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, she's a pretty high-ranking military officer.
Yeah. I think she's a
And-
colonel.
Or, was it corporal?
Might be corporal.
Yeah. Because she's Colonel Klebb, right?
Recruits a cipher clerk at the consulate, Tatiana
Oh.
Romanova. Okay, well, there you go.
Okay, so she's just a cipher clerk. See, I
Tricking
didn't
her
get
into
that.
believing she is still working for Smersh.
Okay, so she's really just some Russian, like...
Secretary.
Secretary. Oh, perfect. Okay, so never mind. So Bond fits perfect into this. Yeah. So
Yeah. Which is one purpose aside from fucking James Bond.
the first chick we meet.
So two
is-
purposes.
What was the
max.
chick from the first movie? Do you remember her name? We don't need her name, but
Okay.
So she's a shell fisherman.
Yeah.
Never does that again.
Right.
Because she starts fucking James Bond. She ends up in London,
Yeah.
fucking him. Second chick was dude. That's a pretty good job. She's a cipher consultant. What is it?
Cipher clerk.
A cipher clerk. That's a really good job, especially in the Cold War. Business is booming.
Business is booming.
What does James Bond do? Fill her
Fucks
up
her.
with semen and fucking put her on unemployment.
Yep.
I can't wait to see what happens in Goldfinger. He's gonna fuck another chick's life up.
Yeah. Especially the one that gets turned to gold. Oh! Spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Yeah. So there's a whole train thing.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
a train scene. Again, though, like, the whole movie it's around him.
Could have
pretty
just
much-
read it
he
in this
flies-
time that we tried to,
But
like, simplify it.
This is more entertaining.
Yeah.
He flies to Istanbul just to pretty much drive back. Or not drive, but, like, find his way back, right? He's an international spy. I feel like his way out of there shouldn't have relied on this dude from Istanbul, Ali Karim. Fuck his name?
Ali Karim Bey.
Ali Karim Bey. He shouldn't have relied on this guy. Because he's not even part of MI6. He's just like
Dude in Istanbul.
he's just the Istanbul guy.
Yeah.
Which I know. It's just, the plot is a little...
It's the head of MI6's branch in the city, Ali Karim Bey, is what this says right
Okay,
here.
all right. So he's related to MI6, whatever. But
All right, we'll just read the thing next time. But for now, they got what they got, right? Then they're on a train. Ali Karim Bey dies
yeah,
because our dude Grant is on the train. Now he's working for Spectre. He's supposed to stage Bond and Romanova's death as a murder-suicide.
you're talking about Nash, right? Or are you talking about Ali Karim Bey?
So Grant killed Nash,
Wait.
and he called himself Nash. Bond was expecting Nash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's why he was like, I'm Nash from.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Just the names confused me. I remember the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
scene. The names confused me.
Their code, which is kind of cool, just to know if that's if it's a fellow MI6 guy when they meet. You remember that? Hey, do you have a match? I will lie to it.
yeah.
Better still, until it goes wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's cool. That's like their.
I like the little code.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was like their code.
Yeah, because then when you watch, because Bond meets the guy in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And
remember
then he
that.
meets the guy at the train station when he tells the dude, hey, your dad's dead. And then Grant observes their code. Grant intercepts Nash first when they get to the train station. And they show it without audio because they just show them pulling out the cigarettes and then they put the shit away and then they walk away. And then they show Bond because everything's loud. And then they show Bond and Grant do that where they're like, cigarette, but still.
I didn't notice that.
And then they get in the jail and
thought,
they go in the train.
I honestly thought James Bond was just trying to be cute when he was doing that in the beginning.
No.
It's
It's MI6's secret
And then
code.
the second time
Real
he did
hard to break, huh?
Yeah, it's so hard to fucking decipher that.
So
I
hard
need a
to
fucking
decipher
cipher
that
clerk
code.
to figure out that one.
Oh, where could I find a cipher clerk at this hour?
Been looking for a cipher clerk for weeks.
Uh,
The
yeah.
train scene, man. This is long.
There's so much time spent on the train.
And they go in and out of the room, and it's like, let's go get a drink. And they come back.
I'll knock
and
3 times.
Yeah, so he's,
As if that's...
walks out of the room. I'll knock 3 times. Fucking.
Oh, yeah. No one else knocks 3 times.
For real. 3 times is the knock?
What? Have you ever heard someone knock 3 times?
Yes. What? You've never seen a man knock 3 times?
You have. Well, then you're a whore.
Yes, and I'm hungry.
let's start going through notes.
They just spent so much time
They spent a lot of time on the train.
on the train.
I'll just read the last paragraph here. Learning of Grant's death and Bond's survival, Spectre's enigmatic chairman, number 1, has Kronstein executed for his plan's disastrous failure. As the organization promised to sell back Lecter to the Russians, Klebb is ordered to recover it and kill Bond. Klebb reaches the pair while they are resting in a hotel in Venice and sneaks into the room disguised as a maid. Klebb orders Romanova to leave the room while holding Bond at gunpoint. Romanova then re-enters, tackling Klebb, knocking the pistol to the ground. Klebb and Bond struggle. Romanova picks up the pistol and kills Klebb. With their mission accomplished, Bond and Romanova spend some time on a romantic boat ride, and Bond throws the film into the canal.
We didn't talk about that, the film, which I think is pretty funny. That
They taped them fucking, and neither of them had any idea about it.
I think the funniest part about it is like that they were just gonna somehow use that as like see, he killed himself. We'll show him this tape and this suicide note. So what does the tape have to do with it, man? Like you could just show him the suicide note. Like it doesn't have to be this.
Well, why is it? Yeah.
Why is
I
this
think
tape
that-
involved? It's really creepy.
Sean Connery is probably, well, what if we were taped having sex?
Yeah.
You know you're not really going to have sex with her, Sean. Oh, no.
Oh no. I'll definitely catch a feel.
We'll see about that.
Romano, make me a sandwich and lay there.
I'll be the judge of that.
He's so creepy.
He's so fucking creepy. It's great. There's a whole boat chase scene, too. But hopefully, if you're listening to this, you've watched the movie.
Yeah.
They used to be available on Pluto, and they are no longer, which is unfortunate.
There's a lot of chase scenes in this movie. Now that I'm thinking about it.
A lot of chasing.
A lot of chasing.
Like, probably, what would you say? Double, maybe 3 times the action that was in Dr. No?
A lot of action.
A lot of action.
A lot of action. But a lot of action, but not much substance in the action. See that helicopter chase scene? It was the same flyover.
It's the same. It's the same shot. Like
It's
4
the same
times.
shot
It's
like
hilarious.
4 times.
Yeah, I love that. That's what's cool about old cinema, though. Is just like you just watch like, okay, well, what are we gonna do it a different way? Like we got that shot. It was sweet.
Right.
Like just
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
Like, Just fucking
Just
play
do the
it
shot.
again.
Play it again. Come on.
Okay.
Play it back.
All right. Play it again one more
Look
time.
at how good that helicopter looks. You want to take that shot again?
You want to do
For
another
what?
one? You want to do another one right now?
He wants to take another shot right now. That's crazy.
You know how much the helicopter fuel costs?
It's a lot of money. It's 1963, buddy.
It's
Okay?
1963.
I didn't even think helicopters were invented at this time. All right?
Do you have any idea how expensive helicopters are this year?
Super expensive in 1963.
I mean,
He wanted
helicopters probably gonna have to go down soon.
He
We're gonna
wants
have to
us
get
to
rid
fly.
of it.
He
He
wants
wants
to-
to do it again.
You know we got to blow this thing up later, right?
We have to blow it up, and he wants to shoot another shot.
Matter of fact, it's already
The helicopter
blown
flying
up.
over.
Actually, I'd like to think that happened where they took like 3 shots of this helicopter, and then they blew it up, and they got to post.
Yeah.
They were like, dude, we don't have enough scenes for this helicopter chase. It's gonna be like a 15-minute helicopter chase.
What do you want to do? Buy another one?
You know what do you want? Yeah. Go. What do you want to do?
Oh, you want to buy another helicopter?
Sean Connery. What do you want to do? Buy another helicopter? Just film the same scene.
just
just
play it again.
It takes a long drag over. So just play it again. What are they gonna do? Play? It's me, Sean
It's
Connery.
me. They don't know any better.
I'm running in a field. It's perfect.
It's, does anyone have any better ideas?
No one? I didn't think
No
so.
one? I didn't think so.
Yes, we'll play it.
Although I would like to see who. Starring Sean Connery, Pedro, blah, 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 cinematography Ted Moore, edited by Peter R. Hunt, music by John Barry, production company Eon Productions, produced by Harry Saltzman, Albert R. Broccoli,
And Mr.
adaptation
Broccoli's back.
Johanna Harwood, screenplay Richard Maibaum, 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 directed by Terrence Young.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. My bomb?
Yeah, I think it's Maibaum. It's got to be Maibaum.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, it's Mailbomb if there was an L. So, like, you take away the L, it's Maibaum, right?
Yeah.
Let's do some notes
Let's get some notes on.
because, we kind of did the plot. Sorry about that, guys. We'll read the plot later.
do you wanna do? No plot or plot?
On the next pod. Tell you what, I will read the plot before we even record this, and then it'll just be in there, and then you and I don't have to do it.
Perfect.
And it's just read,
I interrupt everything, so.
and then we're just done.
Okay.
And then you and I just fucking get in here and just
Boom.
talk like we do, like we're
Word.
doing,
Like
we're doing right
baby.
now.
Like we're doing, baby. That's what we do. We talk, chit chat, a little back and forth action.
Yeah. Alright, so like I said, okay, we already talked about this. So, like the recent movies with Daniel Craig, first 2 movies are in sequence, unlike the others that are just one-offs. Also, Spectre is the group he's facing. So,
Just like in the Daniel Craig movies.
right. So, we got that. So, that's done.
Cool.
Next one. They got better about it in later movies, but they just make Bond seem so irresistible to women in these movies, in the early movies.
Dude,
Every woman looks after Bond like, oh my god.
every single woman. And that's
Like-
not even a joke. Even the woman who was just standing there next to him on an elevator is like, ooh.
Yeah, like they like breathe, like
Right.
you know, they just got that
Right.
like, oh gosh, like, like it's comical to a point. I guess it's because Bond is supposed to be the like the ideal male, like especially in like '63, right? Like every dude's like, I want to be Bond. Women can't fucking resist him.
Right.
He always gets the girl, kills the bad guy, he always gets away from
wins.
danger. He's the guy.
He wins, yeah.
He's always it. He's always the alpha male. He's always the hero. Always gets the girl. The male dream.
I mean, dude, I could imagine being a fucking young man in 1963 and looking up and being like, I want to be like fucking that guy. You know?
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich, whore. Sean Connery is the fucking worst.
I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm hungry. Oh, dude, you put some gum under your tongue while you're doing that?
Oh, shit. Let me try.
I'm hungry.
Like, get a little gum on her.
Yeah, you just gotta obstruct when you're talking. I'm hungry.
Here we go.
Yeah, just put it like in the front of your song. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. You know, you just put you just kind of block the air from coming out of your teeth, from between your teeth. Yes. Yeah, just talk with her.
Loosely let your mouth dangle around like a fucking. I feel like an octopus right now.
An octopus. Oh, an octopus. Oh, pussy. Did you say someone say puss?
I said loose. I didn't say pussy.
Oh.
So yeah, alright, I guess just fucking come out.
Okay, yeah. If there's one thing that's always bothered me about Bond a little bit, so he always needs that little bit of help. You know, like you want your more so when I was a kid, because now it's just kind of like, oh, okay, you know. But like, just as a kid, it always bothered me that like Bond's always captured, or you know, like all that kind of like, fucking Grant saves him when Korolenko's about to shoot him, or you know,
right.
And then he saves him when dude's about to jump off with the sword. Like,
that's just a cliche, man. I think that's like in every movie. Like,
right, but it's just like Bond always needs a little, just like that little bit of help. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he's dead too early. It's like you said before. It's like he's the worst fucking spy.
He's a terrible spy.
He's a terrible spy.
He is a terrible fucking
and yet
spy.
He's world famous and so successable and blah 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 blah.
I don't get it. Yeah. I don't even get in this fictional movie how it's something you can even like. I don't know, like fabricate. You know what I mean? You can't.
And everybody just goes along with, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, oh, that's James Bond. He's the fucking sexiest spy in the world,
and
everyone wants to fuck him.
And he just needs a little help sometimes.
A lot of help. This isn't a little bit of help, Tyler.
I know.
This is he pretty much gets carried through the whole entire fucking movie until.
Yeah. And
he has one scene where he operates by himself, and he's being chased in a fruit truck by a helicopter. And if a flower truck. Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that the people operating the helicopter were so like stupid, incompetent, James Bond would be dead 3 times over.
Oh yeah.
They were just dropping grenades, like get him with a grenade, like pull your pistol out.
Do you have a gun? Do you have a gun anywhere? Right. You tell me you have no guns on that helicopter. You don't have
They're trying
automatic
to flybys, scare him a little bit.
Yeah, hit him.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll forget to duck.
Right. And then I forget what he says when they're throwing the grenades, but I mean that guy looked like he knew what he was doing. I mean he was pulling those fucking. He had the pin in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, what are the chances one of those grenades doesn't drop in the bed, explode, and then she's just in the bed because she's Romanova is laying in the fucking flower bed there.
Yeah.
And it's like she doesn't just like burst into flames. Like one of those doesn't catch on. I don't know. All the flowers don't catch on fire when there's like the close explosion. I don't know. There's a lot going on there.
This is I'm trying to. What I'm doing right now. I'm just because I'm stupid, man. I got like a deficiency in brain cells.
Yeah.
I didn't know what Deus Ex Machina exactly was. You know what I mean? But I was pretty sure it was like what this is.
Or Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah. So like, for example.
We talked about that in Matrix.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the whole thing.
It is a whole thing. I don't want to get too far in.
I don't want to ever like tackle Matrix ever again.
Really?
After like immersing myself in the first 3 and then the 4th coming out and then watching that and then like being disappointed in it, I don't ever.
We never talked about that. I didn't see it obviously, but what is it? Revolutions is the new one.
Revolutions was the 3rd, and
what's the new one?
Resurrections. Was the 4th.
So what?
And I'm pretty done with Matrix. Like, I don't even want to answer whatever question you have for me, to be honest with you right now. Like,
What did you give it out of 10? How about that? What did you give it out of 10?
Oh, Resurrections?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like,
I don't
3-ish, just because, like, some of the action was alright, but, like, I don't know. Just over it.
I got you. Okay.
You know?
We can leave it there. We're on Bond now.
Yeah, we're on
We're on
Bond.
Bond now.
I don't want to talk about
But I
Matrix
think,
for a long
listen,
time.
I talked about this the last time. James Bond is the forefather of fucking cliches, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Every cliche that's out there, James Bond has milked its sweet little teats. And for all the fucking $750 billion that he's made. Not him, but you know what I mean? The idea of James Bond, the character of James Bond.
The equivalent to...
Stupid money. You know what I mean?
I mean, can you imagine if we invested, I don't know, let's say $2 into something, and we got, I don't know, $79
Dude,
back?
That's a great fucking...
Now imagine that on the millions scale.
I know. That's fucking insane. But and that's just to tap off this fucking point. That's why we're going to see a lot of Deus Ex Machinas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to see all the cliches a lot. And that's why...
Dude, Bond is nothing but cliches.
That's why I look forward to, like, the Daniel Craig, because I think... When I say it's darker, I think they kind of, like...
They do step away from the cliches
step away
a
from,
bit.
like, the...
They're more focused on the movies.
It's more focused on, like... I mean...
on being a good movie as a whole, right. not just focused on being a Bond movie.
Right.
It happens to be a Bond movie, but it is a good movie typically.
Right. Like, this could be a terrible comparison. I could be completely wrong and sound stupid, but it's like watching the X-Men movies.
We probably already do.
It's like watching the X-Men movies and then watching like X-Men Origins Wolverine or something.
Okay.
Versus watching Logan. They're all the same
I didn't watch Logan, but yeah, no, I see what you're saying though.
You've heard of Logan and you know the tone, right? Like it's a dark kind of like it's not a country movie. What the fuck? It's like a western. It's got like that dark western tone. You know what I mean? Where, you know, it's just a different tone. It's the same character, same actor.
Yeah.
Which you know, obviously in James Bond, it's not the fucking same actor, but god damn it, you get what I'm saying.
From movie to movie, yeah.
So
there's
like,
a series.
Even though this is James Bond, it's what like by the time we get to the next movie. He'll be a different, maybe not completely different, but he'll have some differentials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some differences that'll, you know, I don't know. I don't fucking know what the fuck I'm saying.
I get it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, fuck. Sean Connery is dog shit. Let's go. Let's move on.
He's not a great actor.
He's not a great actor at all.
At least it doesn't seem that way now.
He's a bad actor. And I'm not, like... Who was the chess guy? What the fuck was his name?
Number One.
Is that what they called him? Number One? No, he had a name, like a K name.
Yeah, I think he had a name, but
like that.
he was called. But that was his official name. Was Number One.
Yeah, what was okay? So Number One, yeah, the Grandmaster Kronstein.
Yeah, Kronstein.
Yeah, like that dude was a way better actor than fucking Daniel Craig, and all he did was kind of stare creepily and smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
And like I was more, I don't know, drawn to his character than James Bond, just because, you know, he's so fucking... Sean Connery's so fucking annoying and weird.
He's very creepy.
Very creepy.
He's very creepy. It's... Yeah.
What the fuck were they thinking?
It makes me laugh.
Dude, there's no way to 1960s standards this guy was even that charming. There's no way.
Apparently we are wrong. So... They loved him.
They loved him? Apparently. I mean, money talks.
$75 million.
Oh, God. 79.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Don't short him.
Yeah, 77 million profit. I mean, that's fucking...
Where'd that money come from? Thin air? That's our pockets. That's the box office, baby. It's the power of the dollar.
All right.
Let's chug along here, buddy. So, where are we at?
He lets the dude with the bum arm take the shot.
Oh.
He's like, I have to pull that trigger.
Yeah, like, I get it, whatever. You gotta fucking, like, you know, fucking avenge your people, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
But, dude, you're an international spy. You are tasked with the British government tells you what to fucking do. Don't fucking improv.
Right.
Don't walk around here with a literal gunshot wound and say you have to take the shot. And then put the fucking rifle on James Bond's shoulder to prop it up. He used 2 hands on the trigger.
Uh-huh.
He was not... That was bad.
Don't let the dude with the bum arm do
Don't
it.
let the dude with the bum arm take the shot. He hit the shot, though.
He did hit the shot.
He hit the shot, though.
I think, yeah. Yeah, we'll just move on. Love old green screens.
It's funny where they use them, too. Because there's, like, they'll go from...
Well, like when they're on the boat,
Great example.
they used it. It was
Great
like,
example. But they
you
were
couldn't-
also on the water. Because there was a scene where they're on the water,
Right.
and then the next scene, it's a green screen.
You couldn't figure out
Right.
how
And,
to shoot that part.
Dude, like, it actually looked good. Like, and what I think it probably was just sound quality. That was probably the hardest part. Because they can do the exposition scenes, like when they're walking under the water, and like, you know, they can throw some Bond music over top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, they probably had a really hard time actually getting quality audio because the wind is going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
That's probably fair.
On the subject of wind, real quick, and stupid Bond wind, not just stupid. You know what I mean?
Sure.
God damn it. I don't want to get fucking canceled because I say stupid Bond woman. That's just the character, right? Stupid Bond character.
It's mandatory.
It's the trope. It's the mandatory trope. Stupid Bond woman. She takes her finger, licks it, and holds up the fucking like she's gonna get the wind direction on a fucking speedboat.
Meanwhile, her hair's blowing backwards.
Yes, yeah.
So I was like, huh? Wonder which way it's going.
Right. Yeah. The wind is flying.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're underground. Carries a gas mask. When that building explodes, here, put this on. And then she just carries the mask along with her.
Oh, I didn't
As they're
notice
running
that.
out of the under. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
When the building
when it
blows
up
up.
the Russian consulate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that. He said, "Take the mask," and she just
Yeah. Like, here,
followed
take this, and then she just like runs with it. Like, all right.
I didn't notice that. That's funny. That's actually fucking hilarious. That whole scene, like, did they dig a hole under the Russian consulate, or did they just expect a hole to be blown in it?
Well, remember he's got the whole series of tunnels, 1,600 years old, and all that.
Well, I remember that, but I didn't know if I didn't know they had.
I think that's part of the
that's
system.
part of the system. Okay.
At least I just assumed that. Anyhow.
I mean, I'll fucking take your interpretation over
All right.
what the fuck they're trying to show me.
Yeah, I had everyone knocks 3 times. What a terrible code,
Bad code.
as we talked about.
Yeah.
When Grant drops that little pellet or the tablet in her wine,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
it's sitting down bubbling on the table,
And she.
and
they're
they're
not noticed.
and no one just like they just hear it like someone using an Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah.
No one saw
Bond
that.
notices, of course,
Yeah,
but then she is
and he's just like
blissfully unaware.
stupid whore.
Yeah. And
Take your nap.
he doesn't even like. He doesn't stop her from drinking it. He doesn't know what the fuck was just put in that drink.
Right,
Thank God it wasn't something that'll kill her, right?
right.
It's poison. But I mean, it just put her to sleep.
Yeah,
Which.
but he can't blow his cover either. But yeah, it's just like you didn't. Like I just feel like she should have fucking noticed the.
Right. But, I mean, dude, if it was poison, she'd be like, I'm not feeling well, then walk back to her room and then die, right? That's how spy shit works, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like, this is my sleep agent. I'm going to go put you to sleep and then hope that fucking, what? Like, you're going to go in and shoot her now?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, very obvious.
Yeah.
Alka-Seltzer.
Someone have an upset stomach? Then Alka-Seltzer out here?
I'm hungry and I don't have a heartburn yet. I'm very hungry there. I'll take the grilled sour.
Yeah. This is just a general movie rule that we have. Just every villain has to sell the whole plan to the hero.
Every time.
You know,
Every trip.
every single time. He sits there and he lays out the whole thing.
You almost foiled my plans.
Right. Now,
And-
granted, it's almost a device to make sure that the audience
Of
knows
course.
the story.
Right.
But if the villain didn't stop for that, then he'd probably win. Like if all he did was just walk in there and go, she's asleep, Bond, you're dead, I got the Lecter, I'm out.
Isn't that like that's like the plot to like Megamind, isn't it?
I'm not familiar.
You ever seen that? The Disney movie? I don't know if it's Disney or DreamWorks, but long story short, I think it's Steve Carell who plays Megamind. But
Okay.
it's like, you know, at the beginning there's this superhero, and like Megamind's the bad guy, and the superhero's like, you know, the whole town's rooting for him. Yeah, superhero. And then like Megamind just like beats him in the beginning of the movie, and everyone's like,
Done.
and Megamind's like, doesn't know what to do now. So like it's a pretty fun. It's a cute movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fun
Kid,
movie.
like an animated
It's a
thing?
kid. Yeah, it's an animated kid.
It sounds familiar.
Like it's got. I guess the nuances make it like a little more like adult-esque, not adult, but like, you know, young adult type of shit. But yeah, like just the idea of like the bad guy winning, like in the beginning, you know what I mean, and not knowing what to do, just like lost, like he goes soul searching. It's pretty good. But,
That's fun.
yeah, so I could see like Koreshnikov or like number one, like just like Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, what do I do now? Like
Yeah.
like, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that like that's a big plot, like a no for me, I guess. I don't give it a slide just because it's so old, the movie, but you should already know kind of what's going on. If a movie is doing a good job, you should be able to follow to the point where like when you have that final like villain moment where it's like my plan was to do this, it's like that should be unnecessary.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I was very confused, and I'm glad that, you know...
Glad he laid it all
we had
out.
this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I was a little confused myself.
Well, and it's funny because, like, they even kind of, like, consciously are like, we know this is taking a while, but Bond's like, keep going, I'm fascinated. That's what he said. He's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm fascinated.
It's like, okay, yeah. Like, we get the whole plan, dude.
And that actually wasn't a bad fight scene between them on the train.
No, that was a good... That was
Like,
a
it was
good fight
actually
scene.
pretty legit.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was Sean Connery, because I even said to you...
There was probably some stunt
and
shit. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm sure in the scenes where they showed his face, it was Sean Connery, but there's one of those where he's like flipping him. I'm like, that guy is like...
That's
not
Sean
Connery.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
flipped around. So, but again, you know, 1960s movie magic is a lot less magical than 20.
Not quite as smooth.
Yeah, not quite. It's very unsmooth. I mean, how many times were we like, oh, there's a hand, there's a body, you know what I mean? Like when someone's not supposed to be there. Like in the beginning when she's walking in, and I noticed that the door didn't have a latch.
Yeah,
So
the
the guy pulls the door shut. You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
make sure it doesn't reopen on the scene.
Yeah.
And then when he's when he's I think the helicopter just went down, or he's still fighting the helicopter or whatever. But then there's
The helicopter's on the ground on fire.
right,
And
then
Bond comes out from his little shelter, and there's a dude running down the hill. You
Yeah.
just see this guy, like, crouched.
kind of crouched and running. Yeah,
Yeah, you just see the back of a man, like, just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like, you see a puppet show, and the puppet starts falling. It's just like
Right.
it's slowly out of view.
You also got to think too. We're watching this on a 70-inch, fucking HD 1080p. Yeah.
Shh, don't tell people. Yeah.
We're watching this on a 13-inch
Watch this.
on a PS2 mobile.
Yeah.
You remember those old, like, you know, the PlayStations that
Yeah.
but no, like, you know, in 2022, I got like 80.
Oh, we're
you know what I
spoiled
mean?
as
We're
shit.
Spoiled,
I get it.
I'm fucking sitting there like, oh, look, the grass isn't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, look, I'm 100% open to the fact that, like, oh, okay, we're dicks. I'm good with that.
No.
I'm good just being like, hey, you guys are dicks. Okay. That's good. I'm fine with that. I'm a dick. I'm good with that.
Yeah. A couple incontinuities, but what's next? What's the next note?
Why they stopped using grenades once he's on foot running from them. Drop a grenade behind him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You're dive bombing them, just drop a grenade when you're real low.
And when they're right above him, he's holding the grenade. I thought Bond was gonna shoot the grenade.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there holding the grenade, like, oh, I'm gonna line it up.
I
Didn't have to line it up before.
Maybe he was cooking it, but, like, at the same time, Bond's not getting anywhere very fast on foot. So just drop it, man.
Listen, that guy smokes cigarettes all day.
Smokes cigarettes, bangs whores,
Dude,
drinks.
He drinks, smokes
Martinis.
cigarettes, and bangs whores all day.
Yeah.
That dude has... He's not done any cardio.
He's
probably years.
He's not getting away.
Yeah, he's not getting away. Even if he cooked that thing or don't cook that thing, he's not throwing that all the way back up there.
No.
It's gonna land there and go, "Did you cook that? I'm hungry."
Yeah.
But then he ends up shooting the guy in the shoulder.
And they don't have guns. Like, where are the guns? There's so many problems.
Yeah, they just have this really technical helicopter.
Yeah. What was kind of clever, though, in the boat chase scene, he throws those barrels everywhere, and they're all leaking. So he lets the barrels go, and then the water's basically on fire.
Yeah.
Because all that fuel's everywhere. So that was kind of clever.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool scene, you know?
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's Bond getting the fuck away from everybody. That's what he does. You know what I mean? Was he in any real danger? No.
Nah, probably not.
You know?
Yeah.
I knew
He got
how's
it.
he gonna get out of this one? They're like, "You're trapped. There's nowhere to go." While he's jetlining it fucking away from them.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
There's nowhere
he's
to
actually
go.
going in the exact direction to get away from them.
Yeah. He's like almost there. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like a fucking mile ahead of you guys. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, like for 1960 standards, you got to think there was maybe limited resources to be able to blow up a bunch of boats, but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
You can tell where the explosion points were, which was
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for
You see.
1960 standards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all
Yeah. Yeah. You see the four like.
Yeah.
There's like 4 points where it was like
explosion. These are explosion.
Yeah.
And then
it sets the rest on fire.
Tell them about when the boats touch. Because you said something.
Oh yeah, these two boats like slowly drifting together. They're like and then they just like dink. Like it's like if you like drove up to another car at like 2 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and then it like touched, and then it would be like if both of those things just exploded.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And the people on the men that were on the boats were like, no. Like,
no. Touch. Boom.
Yeah, like they knew what was coming. That was pretty good.
The only other note is she's had her kicks. I just wrote the quote down.
Yeah.
There's the bad green screen again when they're out on the boat in Venice, and
that's really bad green screen though. Like,
it's amazing because all you got to do is just put them in a boat,
and the music was on.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean.
What's going on?
Right. I think honestly,
their choices, their time choices for green screen is amazing. It's like why?
Maybe they got to like the end. Maybe they got to the end, and the end was really supposed to be like them in the hotel room, and then they're like, "Well, we can't just have it end like there, so let's do it like the first movie where they're on a boat."
Yeah, and that's what I said. I said 2 movies in a row end with him banging in a boat.
Right, and then at the very end, he takes the film.
Was that romantic in the 60s?
He's like looking at it. He's looking at
he
the roll
looks
of
at it.
film,
He's like,
and he's like,
oh.
what does he say? He's like, this could have been good. Yeah. He's like looking at his own porno. Like, yeah,
she said something like, I don't know. She asked, "What's that?" I'll show you.
Yeah. Right. Then he crumbles up the film and throws it. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
She's like, "What's that?" He's like, "I'll show you." Crumbles up the film and throws it.
Yeah.
Man, this dude's suave, man.
That's all I got.
That's all you got, man.
That's all I got.
I mean, it was a good movie, man.
It was alright.
The biggest pro to me was just how James Bond was. I liked the story.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't like how it was executed all the time.
No.
But I like just the James Bond cheesy ass shit, dude. It's so cheesy. It's ridiculously cheesy.
Oh, I love it. There's a point where you're watching just something classic and you go like, well, that's stupid. But you can sit there and just go, all right, well, what happens next?
Yeah, exactly. Like I appreciate it for what it is. The biggest con to me, like, I'm looking at it with this 2022 lens, but it is so
it's the hardest part.
Cheesy.
Yeah,
and like I know they created these tropes. They might not have created them, but they milked these tropes.
Once
And
they're in place, they
they're
definitely became aware of it and used the fuck out of it.
They're using the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, what do you give this movie out of 10?
I mean, you know, it's not great. I mean, like, I'm going to use the same rule that I did with the last one, whereas, you know, I can appreciate Big Ben was a great quarterback.
Actually, let me just mention something real quick.
Okay.
Here's where I got my inspiration for the rating system. Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports.
Okay.
He does a pizza review where he uses a 10-point system.
Okay.
And he's very, very critical on his reviews. And, like, his highest rating is, like, a 9.5
Okay.
on pizza he loves. And I like the way he says that. He always says, like, he'll have a guest on the show, and they'll be like, oh, it's a 10. He's like, a 10? He's like, now there's nowhere to go. That's the
Right.
top. You know what I mean? That's the highest scale. Like, he's like, unless this pizza is, like, paying my taxes, it's not a 10. Or I don't know. You know, that's not what he said, but
No,
you know what I mean? But,
that's fair.
so, that's where, like, he uses the point system, like, he'll be, like, 7.6 or 3.1.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So, that's where I got my, at least, inspiration from in the point system. You know what I mean? And then I like how you said, like, there's a percentage to it. Kind of like the Rotten Tomatoes kind of score. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, that's why I like the 10-point scale. I hadn't really said.
Because I said last time, I go, well, 1 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, 1 out of 5? And you're like, okay, well, what would it be out of 10? I'm like, well, 5 out of 10. You know, like, it's about, and like, I think what I said was, like, I can appreciate Ben Roethlisberger had a great career. But if I rate him this season, he was not good. You know what I mean? And so this is kind of that. But the inverse, you know, like, this is before movies were really that good. I appreciate it for what it is. I've watched it a couple times. You know, I watched it on my own and took these notes.
Right. And then we just watched it again.
And then you and I watched it.
Right.
And, like, I'm willing to watch it again. Not, like, right now! You know, like a couple years later.
Yeah, I would definitely
You know, I
rewatch
might
this
just
movie.
watch it again. You know, just like I'd watch Dr. No again.
Yeah. Yep.
Just, you know. It's not the best movie I've ever seen.
Right.
I can appreciate what it is. And it's
Do you
a
remember what
classic. It's a piece of history.
Do you remember what I rated Dr. No?
No.
I just don't want to sound stupid and, like, give this one, like, a higher score or a way lower score. Because I think this is... whatever I gave Dr. No, I think is the exact same score I would pretty much give this. Like, I know you didn't... What's your score?
I'd have to look. Yeah.
You didn't even say it.
I mean, it's like a 5. Yeah.
Like a 5. Okay,
Like a 5
I
out
would
of
give it
10,
like
yeah.
a 6.5.
Yeah.
I think that... I don't know what I rated Dr. No, but they're all 6.5 so far. Maybe I would rate Dr. No a little higher.
I think Dr. No's better.
I'll give it a 6.9 just for the lulz. Just for the nice. 6.9, you know? Nice.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, this one, like, a 6.5. The action didn't really... Like, when you said rewatchability, I would definitely rewatch this movie.
Yeah.
And that, I think, it plays a big part. It's cheesy, but it's entertaining, and it's rewatchable. And it's a part of history, like you said. 6.5.
I get a kick out of Bond movies, though.
I loved
like,
it.
even though they're not great.
Yeah.
There's always been something I love about just... Like, I remember when I was a kid, and it was just like... It'd be like a Bond movie marathon. And it was just
Really?
like... Yeah, yeah.
What was it? I'm like, fucking...
I don't know. I don't remember networks when I was a kid, but...
Okay. It's kind of a funny, like, oh, it's next up
I
is
just
the
remember-
James Bond marathon.
I just remember there was James Bond movies on all day.
Yeah.
And it was on that channel, and that's when I got into Bond. Well, first it was because I had that Everything or Nothing video game.
Right.
And my dad knew I was getting into Bond, and he's like, oh, well, hey, this channel's got this on all day. And so then we're sitting around, and Bond's on all day. And, you know, so then I'm looking at Roger Moore, and, like, he's like, oh, this is when, you know, you see Jaws for the first time. Jaws doesn't come around to Roger Moore and doesn't ever come back. And I was always hoping that someone would bring Jaws back around. And no one's done it. Which
one?
annoying.
Jaws? Jaws is the one with, like, the metal mouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like a giant of a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if they should, like, spoof it and, like, have Shaq be Jaws, you know what I mean? That'd be funny. But, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it for this.
That's pretty much it, man. Like, still cheesy.
Still cheesy,
fun,
but it's
man.
still fun.
I enjoyed this one. As much as, like,
What's fun is just how old it is. You just get to sit there and laugh a little bit.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, as for entertainment, It was entertaining. That's nowadays though. I'm not. If I go to the movies, for example, I went and saw West Side Story recently. That was like the most recent movie I went and saw in theaters. If I were sitting there laughing at every single scene in West Side Story, like that probably isn't something like, it's not the same type of entertainment as me watching an old James Bond movie and laughing at that. You know what I mean? Even though in West Side Story there were some scenes that were like cheesy.
Yeah.
It's a different type of cheese. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Because
old cinema's fun.
Old cinema's fun.
Because I love movies now, and it's just fun to watch the progression. So it's fun to watch old stuff.
Yeah. We gotta do some bad 80s movies. We should do that.
Huh?
We should do like we should start with like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then we'll go to like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Just the bad
no.
like.
I don't ever need to watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure ever again.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know. I got you.
But like, I don't know. I can't really think of like a good example of like a really bad like, but good 80s movie. You know what I mean? We should probably find some like examples.
We'll do our research.
We'll do our research.
All right, guys. Content Crisis Hotline at yahoo.com.
Hotline.
At Content Crisis 1.
Yahoo.com. Alright, sorry. I thought we were doing the echo thing.
And then at Content Crisis 1 on Twitter. Thanks for listening, guys.
Later.
Rate, subscribe, and all that shit.
Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Later.